Hey guys, what's up? Where are my party people at? Oh my gosh, I'm excited to be here. I am excited to share this juicy live training with you guys. So make sure if you pop on, you let me know that you're here. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know if you're excited and what it is that you want to know, if this is something that you struggle with. If you are catching the replay, let me know where you're coming in from. Let me know if this is something you're excited to listen about, if this is something you struggle with in your business, if it's something you want to know more about. All right, so you guys, this is great. This is big because I hear a lot from people about in their network marketing businesses or in the online space, whatever business it is that they have. I hear so often how difficult it is for them to get clients, how they're struggling to actually make the sale, how they're actually struggling to create momentum. So this is why I'm really excited to be bringing this training to you guys. Even though my cat is losing it at the door and I can hear him scratching his freaking face off and I feel so bad, but I can't focus if I have that little guy running around in here. So you guys, I want to dive right in. People do not purchase from you for two reasons, okay? For one of two reasons. Number one, they do not trust you and they do not see value in what you're selling. Or number two, hey Kaylee, yes, thank you for letting me know that you're here. If you pop on, let me know you're here, say hi. Let me know if you guys are excited, if this is something that you are super pumped to listen to, something you need in your business. So number two, they don't trust or see the value that they are and that it will provide a return on investment in themselves. So that's the two reasons, okay? So people do not purchase from you for two reasons, okay? So if you're struggling to get people to pull out their card and to make that transaction, even if you have had a conversation with them, you're on a sales call with them, and they've expressed interest that they would love your product, they feel like your tool would really help them get closer to their goals, and you've already had a great conversation, right? They're already in your inbox saying, I want what you have, and then comes the time when they actually need to make the purchase. So there's two reasons, okay? There's two reasons why people do not purchase from you, okay? And the first one is they don't trust you and they don't see the value in what you're selling. Or number two, they don't trust or see the value in themselves or that it will provide a return on investment. So with the first one, what they're saying is that if people aren't purchasing you, the first reason is they don't trust you and they don't see the value in what it is that you're selling. So there's a disconnect somewhere in your authenticity. There's a disconnect somewhere in you showing up and communicating and providing value into their life. There's somewhere where you're disconnected in actually solving their problem. And I see this a lot in a lot of businesses because it's very vague, right? Confidence warriors, like, you know, faith, fitness, food, like those types of headers on in your social media is really vague branding, and it's very confusing to your audience. Your audience doesn't know what it is that you're providing. They don't know what service it is that you're serving, and they don't know how to get what you know. They don't know what it is that you know because it's so vague and it's so general. And when we're trying to help everybody, we're disconnected, right? So this is a whole different topic, and I would love to go live about this another time solely on this. But if people are disconnected from you, part of it is not having any idea what it is that you're selling or how it is that you can help them. If you're not niched out and you're not being specific, it's general. And people don't really pay good money for generalized information, because generalized information, they can go to Pinterest or Google or anywhere, right? Any type of coach pretty much anywhere is going to give out generalized information. It's the expertise in your niching is what sets you apart and what people really want to pay for. So either they're not trusting you because maybe you're not being transparent, you're not being authentic, you're not showing up, and so they can't trust you, they can't trust your message, or they don't see value in what it is that you're selling, okay? They don't see that value in what it is that you're selling because they don't even get it. they don't see it. And then number two, people don't purchase from you if they don't trust or see the value in themselves and that they are a return on investment. So a lot of the time, if you're in a sales conversation, you find that people are struggling to actually make the purchase and solidify that payment and take the leap with you. 9 times out of 10, it's because they don't believe that they're going to be a return on their own investment. Okay, so what that means is that they don't think that if they put the money in that they're actually going to succeed. And this all comes down to fear, right? This all comes down to us having a fear within ourselves that if we go and spend the money and we invest in this again, that we're not going to be powerful, that we're not actually going to succeed this time around, that we're going to fail again, right? And we've all kind of been there where we've maybe invested money before and we haven't followed through. And so there's that fear within us that we're always going to stay there. So we self-sabotage in a way by staying in that same state and making those same continuous choices over and over again, because deep down, it has nothing to do with the actual program or the person or you, but that person is feeling as if there's something disconnected in them. Super pause, it's 333 here right now, and that's like super good luck, so I had to honor that. But that's the other reason, right? So people are thinking that they're not a good return on their own investment. So if they put the money in, are they actually going to get it back? Are they going to actually commit? And so for me, I know personally that me actually putting that investment in is what made me commit. That's actually what made me show up stronger. But a lot of people fear that because they also know, right, on the other side of this, the coaching side is that on the other side, they know that if they commit and they show up, and that they invest this money, that there's a different version of them on the other side, right? And so there's a different version of them on the other side. That means that major growth is coming, and they're shedding the skin that they got. And so if they're moving over into this new version of them, that's scary, right? Because they don't know that version of them. And so even though they want it and they're excited to be there, they haven't been there yet. And so they're nervous about what that them looks like and what's going to come along with that. So in that space, there's a lot of fear that comes around. Am I going to follow through? Am I going to fail? Am I going to get my money back? Am I actually going to be successful? You know, like there's so much fear around it, but 9 times out of 10, it really has little to do with you. So if someone's not purchasing from you, it's about facilitating a space for growth, not resistance, not pushing people, not making them feel as if they need to purchase from you to feel better about themselves, or that they're going to get more results if they purchase from you right now. It's about facilitating a space for them to grow and to see what fear it is that they're working through, okay? So the 3 C's of selling, what I want you guys to really try to focus on when you're selling, so then you can try to help move through this, mainly by focusing in the 2 C's. Sorry, my cat's still like losing it. I feel so bad he's out there. The 2 C's of selling to move through this, okay? So the first one, oh shit, no, sorry, it is 3. I'm like blind today. So the 3 C's, you guys, of moving through this and selling through this. The first one is connection. So this is really important, you guys. Connection is huge. If people don't feel a connection to you, they don't feel a connection to your message, they don't feel a connection to your energy, and it's just like they're showing up and it's kind of just like, you know, like not a real person behind that. You know, those accounts where you see and you're like, oh, they got to be like paying somebody to run that account. Like it feels super inauthentic, and you're not drawn to that energy because you know it's just kind of someone's showing up to show up, and they're not actually engaged in what it is that they're doing. And so this is really big. You have to show up ready to be authentic and transparent and engage with your audience, okay? You have to be here to solve someone's problem. The world isn't here, right? Your people aren't here to provide you with money and to buy your services or to like all your stuff and then have you feeling as if, you know, you're really successful yourself. You're here to provide value, and as you provide value and you show up to serve, the money and the success is going to naturally come with it, right? Because people are drawn to somebody who is willing to show up and provide for them and to give and to provide value to them. So connection is first, and you're going to get that connection through being authentic, right? Being transparent, sharing about the good and the bad shit, sharing about what you're moving through, sharing about every part of your journey, because that's what connects us together. It's us not sharing all the little tidbits and kind of just sharing our highlight reel is what disconnects us, because people start to feel as if that we don't go through those things. And we do go through those things. So what builds what builds connection is transparency. And I want you really to think about this and think about any single person that you follow or you love. And if you love them because they're transparent, or you love them because you know, they just have cool social media, chances are you love them and you trust them and you value them because they're showing up in a really authentic and beautiful space. Okay. Then now the second one. is communication. So it's really important that as you're selling and as you are offering your services, your products, everything, your content, and in messages, in your social media, everywhere, that you are offering a space of communication, right? You are holding space for her to communicate what it is that she needs from you. So whether this is in Facebook, it's in a group, it's in a specific message thread, it's in a discovery call. You guys are holding a space of communication for this woman or this person to feel connected, to feel heard, and to feel safe, judgment-free, okay? So you're there to serve her and to help her. This isn't an intimidation thing. I think that selling tactic is long gone. It's kind of gross. Icky, don't do it. Hey, girl, what's up? Kaylee, I've been feeling so disconnected. I've been so awful with not watching you. I have to binge now. Oh, you're so sweet. You're here now, and that's what matters, is that you are here now. So yes, number 2 is communication, okay? So in your Facebook, in your post, in your group, in your message, in your discovery calls, you guys are there to facilitate a space for people to grow. So offering communication, okay? Allowing them to speak, allowing them to be heard. That's important. The 3rd one is caring, okay? Being present and giving an actual damn about her. This is big. So I stand by quality over quantity. So when you give someone your time and your energy, which are the two most valuable resources that anybody has in their back pocket, you guys, people feel loved. People feel loved, and if they feel loved, they're going to trust you, and if they trust you, they're going to purchase from you because they know that you can help them. So these are really important things to focus on, okay? So if you guys are in a sales conversation, I want to give you some ways to work through an actual sales conversation with this. So what I would say is, look, Betty, this is brilliant. Who doesn't love Betty, right? It's either like Sally down the street or Grandma or Betty or Betsy. Those are my girls. So look, Betty, I think this is brilliant that you're opening up this space, and I want to honor you and help facilitate a breakthrough. Is this really about the money, or is it about you not feeling as if you'll be a good ROI, a good return on your investment? And so chances are she's probably going to say, you know what? It's more about me not feeling like I'm going to be worth the investment. I'm not sure I'm going to make it back. I'm not sure I deserve this. I'm not sure that if I spend the money, I'm going to see it again triple and double the net, whether that's in a month or 6 months or a year down the road. They're not sure about that. And so what I would ask next as a coach or a facilitator on a discovery call or in a message thread or however it is that you're doing this, I would ask them, so what is it that you want? Okay, dig out, give them permission to start sharing. What is it that they want? Okay, because I can almost guarantee you that the people that you're speaking with haven't really been asked that. They're told a lot what they want. You want to lose weight, right? You want this skincare stuff. You want to look better this way. You need this program. People are told what they want all the time, but rarely are they ever asked. And that's true. So it's really important that you sit down and just say, you give them that floor. What is it that you want? Because they're probably going to be so extremely open and honest, or maybe they're taken back a little bit and they're like, whoa, I don't even know. I don't even know what it is that I want. And that's a really big first step that they have to start with. And so you need to know what it is that they want, so then you know if you can even be of help to them, right? If you know that you are the right fit for them. And then after that, I want you to ask them, after they've told you what it is that they want, I want you to ask them, why do you feel like you can't have it? Why do you feel like you can't have what it is that you want? And this is another powerful question, right? You are allowing them to coach themselves. You're opening up their space to walk themselves through their own limitations. And this is really big as a coach, because as a coach, you're not there to tell them or to fix it. You're there to help facilitate this growth, right? So why do you feel that you can't have it? And again, chances are it's probably because I failed in the past. People used to tell me that I wasn't good enough, that I was a failure, that I would always suck, that I wasn't good enough. In the past I have failed. I have, had bad relationships, or I've failed different companies, or I have, made a mistake on live video, or, there's a million different things this could be. So if you feel like I can't have it, or maybe it's something going on within, right? Maybe it's I have bad money beliefs and I just feel like success will never really be for me, right? So why do you feel like you can't have it? And allow them to open up and share about that. And then chances are, you guys, they're probably going to say, because I'll fail. Okay, so what I want you to say next is that a belief you really believe is true? Okay, so is this a belief that you really believe is true? So allowing them to reflect and say, do I actually believe that I'll fail? Do I actually believe that if I take this leap and I do this, I'm going to fail miserably and I'm going to suck? And then they can even assess, right? Next, it's what does that look like? So assessing, what does failure look like? Like, what does it even look like? Because failure is different for every single person. And a lot of the time people assume they bunch together this fear with a specific situation, right? Oh, if I mess up this Facebook Live, or if I go on this company, no one signs up within the first week, right? So they say that's what makes them a failure, because they've put these limitations on themselves and they haven't actually assessed what failure looks like to them. And this is why journaling is so important for me, because I do this inner work and I make sure I assess, like, what does failure look like for me? What makes me a failure? You know, what is that even? Is that even a possible term for me? Does that even exist in my vocabulary? And usually it doesn't, because I believe that you can only grow, right? You can only grow through things. Everything's happening for you in perfect alignment, and you have to experience that to shift into where you're going. Without that experience, you can't shift into the space you're supposed to be in. And so they're not in that space yet, though, right? They're not in that space where they're seeing it in that way. So you need to bring it to light, okay? So what does it look like? And then the next question you can ask is, what would you like to believe is true instead? So you can allow them to flip and rewrite their story, okay? You're allowing them to change and rewrite their story. So what would you like to believe is true instead? I would like to believe that, you know, I will be successful. I would like to know that, you know, if I help somebody, that's great. If I take a leap of faith, that's successful. If I would like to believe that even if it's slow, that's beautiful. I would like to believe that, you know, I'm successful no matter what it is that I do and where I go and who I help and how I help them. And then you can say, okay, so what's the next step, right? Because you can see that when you define what failure looks like, and when you can allow them to define what failure looks like for them, you're giving them the power back to say, this is just in my head, and if I want this, I can have it. I can do this, right? So then they're going to see that they can be a good return on their own investment if they believe in themselves. And then you're going to give them that opportunity to say, okay, well, what's the next step? Okay, what is the next step? And give them that opportunity to say, well, what is it that you need? Because if it's you, that's beautiful. But if they're not in a space where they feel aligned that the next step is with you, then you don't want to pursue that anyways, right? Because you want to make sure that you are in perfect alignment with who it is that you're working and serving. Because if that person is on a different place, you can't force them to get on that same train as you. And I've seen this before, and I've tried to do this in the past, full-hearted, honestly. In the past, I had tried to drag people along who I seen were excited and motivated and wanted to build a business and wanted to build a network marketing business, and they wanted to build their health journey, right? They wanted to do those things, they told me, but they weren't ready. They weren't there. And so I dragged people along because I believed in them. And then guess who got depleted? Guess who got drained? Because they weren't in on it. Okay? So I couldn't serve and actually show up strong because I was trying to force people along who just were checked out. They weren't on that path yet. They weren't ready, right? We weren't aligned. So it's really important that who it is that you're working with and who takes that next step with you is ready to do it, okay? So moving on. How, as an entrepreneur, can you energetically get into alignment? Okay, so how can you get yourself into alignment so you can actually attract in these times? You can attract in this abundance. So you can actually get people to pull out their card. What is it that you can do? All right, we've talked about why people aren't purchasing from you. We've talked about how you can help to change or to maneuver your way through this, how to sell through this. We've talked about sales conversations, and now we're talking about how you can energetically get yourself into alignment, okay? So the first thing is I want you to assess if you see the value in yourself. This is big. Like, holy tits, this is big. I want you to assess if you see the value in yourself, okay? So what I mean by this is, do you guys actually see the value in yourself first? Because what I'm seeing is that people want people to make purchases from them, right? They want people to buy their products. They want people to buy all their stuff, but then they can't actually spend $1 on themselves. Whether that's another course, their own health, good food, you know, something that they actually enjoy or love. Holy tits, you bet I did. Yes, Yes, I so did. I say it all the time. Maybe I should be like, if you guys got kids, just watch out. But yes, you guys, assess if you see the value in yourself, because I see this so often. The people who are struggling to make money in their business are the same ones who are not spending money on themselves. Like, they're not investing in themselves. They're the ones who are saying, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve money. I can't spend that kind of money on myself. That's just crazy. I don't deserve it. And so when you're living in that space, you're giving people, other people, permission to believe the same thing about themselves. So if you're not showing up in a space where you believe that you're worthy of investing in yourself, that you're worthy of doing these things for yourself, and that you want to support other businesses and you want to do this type of thing, if you're not into that, then the people who you're connecting with and your potential clients and your audience is going to have that same permission, okay? If they see you're not showing up and you have resistance and that you feel like you don't deserve money and that you can't go and spend money and you're not going to actually invest into things for yourself, then they're going to see the same thing, right? It's giving permission. Even if it's negative, it's still giving permission for people to do the same. And so if you're not showing up and valuing yourself, and you're not valuing yourself that you deserve to spend money on yourself and you deserve to invest into your business so then you can grow, whether that's on a coach or it's on a course or it's on your health or it's on food or it's on, something, equipment for your business or a website or something to actually help move you forward. If you're in a space where you're not actually valuing yourself, how the hell is anybody else going to? Right? People aren't showing up in your business to make you feel worthy. This is big. This happens all the time, is people are waiting for somebody to sell them something, okay? People are waiting to be, sorry, I said that wrong. People are waiting for somebody to want somebody to, how am I saying this? Okay. People wait for somebody to purchase something from them to feel valuable, okay? So when somebody purchases something from them, then they feel, okay, I'm brilliant, I'm valuable, I'm great, I'm good at this. And so then they feel like, okay, well, now I can go start buying things because now I'm valuable. But it's the other way around. It's when you start to own your own worth and when you start to believe in yourself that other people follow suit. So if you're sitting in the background, and I made a post about this on my Facebook last night, and this was about health coaching, and it was about Halloween. Okay, so with Halloween, there was all these posts and these comments, or this post out about how much you have to work out to burn off. And then I've seen health coaches sharing that, and I've seen them like, oh, no worries, just make sure you stay aware of this, and you do this tomorrow. Watch out your candy. And I'm seeing health coaches post this, and all I'm thinking to myself is, oh my goodness, do you know what you were doing by showing up in that way? Because you guys, however it is that you are showing up, so if you're showing up as in lack and you're showing up in fear, you're giving permission for your audience to also show up in lack and fear. Whatever it is that you're doing, they're going to follow suit. And so it's really important for you to first assess on the inside what it is that you are, how you're valuing yourself, how you're seeing yourself, and if you're actually taking the steps that you want your potential clients to take. That's big, okay? So if you struggle with this, what I want you to do, if you struggle with seeing the value in yourself, what I want you to do is I want you to make a list of 50 reasons why you are worthy of your value, okay? I want you to make a list of 50 reasons of why you are worthy of your value. And this might seem mundane. You might be like, no, I'm not doing this. But you guys, this is such a simple task, and it is such a powerful task, and you're going to sit down and eat. It might be hard at first, but when you finish that list and you see all the incredible reasons why you are worthy, you are going to boost your value. You're going to boost your vibe. You're going to boost your vibration and where your frequency that you're sitting on, and you're going to believe and see your worth. And when you see your worth, other people will see your worth, okay? You change the way other people view you when you change the way you view yourself. Number 2, okay? Have an honest conversation with yourself and see if you're showing up in the way that you want others to. So the same thing, okay? So getting frustrated with clients not having money when you believe you don't have the money yourself. So I see this all the time, and I've done this myself, is why won't people buy from me? I'm so frustrated, like, it's only $150. Why won't they purchase this from me? And then you go with yourself and you're like, I can't even spend $30 myself. I can't invest in that training. I don't have money for that training. I can't do that. I don't have money for a coach. There's no way. But then you want people to turn around and show up and pay that for you, right? So there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect in the way that you're showing up. So first one was assess if you see the value in yourself. Do you actually see the value in you showing up and investing money and time into yourself and energy? Do you see the value in who it is that you are and what you're worth and the incredible person that you are and how beautiful it is that you are and the energy that you have and the ability to facilitate growth in others? Do you see that value? And then number two, have an honest conversation with yourself and see if you're showing up in the way that you want others to, okay? Are you showing up in the way that you want others to? And you got to assess, you might have to sit down and say, how do I want my clients to show up? How do I want my tribe to show up? How do I want my potential audience to be showing up for me? What are the things that I would love for them to do? And then say, okay, well, am I doing this? Am I doing this? Am I doing this? And check off or X off and actually get a clear vision if you're in alignment. Are you actually doing the things that you're expecting of the people who are signing up with you? Because those people are leading, they're coming from your example. They're just doing what they're seeing you doing. They're taking on your vibe. Number three, okay, make it fun. This is big too. So if it feels forced, if you're doing it to hit a goal by the end of the month, if you are doing it because it is desperate or it's forced, it is going to be disconnected. That's simple, okay? That's simple. So it needs to be fun. So make this process fun. I try not to set specific goals that I need to have or a ton of attachment on goals that I set per month. I might set them, but I don't hold a ton of attachment to them that I'm not good enough if I don't hit that by the end of the month. I don't put that pressure on it, because when I put that pressure on having to show up every single month at the beginning of the month to sign up this many people and serve this many people a month, and my entire process was about selling this many spots and just doing that, I was doing that to fill a void within myself. And so I was disconnected because it was coming off desperate, it was coming off forced, even though like I feel like it maybe wasn't in my post, I know my energy was. And that's the difference, is I know my energy was. Even if my posts were super calm and casual, my energy was, and people can feel that no matter what my post said. So it's really important that you make sure you're having fun in this process. You remove the attachment to it, and remember that your business is not about you. Okay, your business isn't about you. When you're showing up to serve and when you're showing up to solve what she needs, okay, you're serving something so much bigger than yourself, okay? And in that's where you can really trust that you are going to make an impact. That's when you can show up knowing that you're actually going to be serving somebody, and that she's going to want to pull her wallet, right? She's going to want to make a purchase. She's going to buy that course, or she's going to sign up for your e-guide, or she's going to sign up for your services or purchase your products because of all of these things before it, right? All of these things before it. So because you have showed up and you've connected, because you've communicated and opened up space for them to communicate, because you've showed up and cared, and you have cared for them, and you have helped facilitate growth with them, okay, because you have walked through and allowed to open up a breakthrough for them, they have built trust and love for you, okay? And at this point now, you've already assessed the value of yourself, and you believe wholeheartedly that you're a badass bitch, and you are awesome and incredible, and you deserve this, and you deserve abundance, and you deserve incredible, beautiful things in your life. By now, you've had an honest conversation with yourself, okay? So you are showing up now. You're showing up in the ways that you want others to, right? Because you are a CEO, and you are not running a hobby. You're running a business, so you're showing up like you want your audience to. And you're making it fun, okay? You're making this joyful again. You're doing things that feel good. You're not doing the things that you feel like you have to. You're not pounding away for 15 hours because you feel that if you work longer hours or you work more, that it's going to equal more success. You just know that if you show up as it feels good, you're going to be able to give the right energy, and that energy is going to be able to provide everything you need to make that sale, okay? So, you guys, the last point here is you guys are running a business. You guys are running a business, not a hobby. So the fourth C is consistency. Okay, it's not saying that you can't flow. Flow is beautiful. Flow is incredible. I made a program about it. And so if you haven't got it, you should get it, because flow is amazing. And I want each of you guys to tap into what it means to run your business from a place of flow. But it's different than being on the fence of doing it for fun and taking people's life and change seriously. Okay, when you're facilitating a space and promising to people, hey, I'm going to be here, I'm going to show up for you, I'm going to provide you resources and content, and I'm going to give you this space, the safe space to grow and show up, and then you're here, and then you're gone, and then you're here, and then you're gone, people can't trust that you're going to be there for them when they need you. I don't know a single successful business that you can think of any business. Like, I have Passion Planner right here. I love Chapters. I have tons of books. I go to Chapters Indigo. I love, I love Nike. I love Lululemon. I love Apple. But, like, I know that no matter what, if I call them and I show up, they're going to be open. They're going to be there. They're going to be there for me. I can trust that. Because they're not running a hobby and they're not just showing up when it feels fun. They're showing up because they know that they're serving a purpose so much bigger than them. And it's got to be fun, right? But it's going to be fun because you're doing this because you find a purpose in it, right? If you're doing it and it feels forced, there's a problem in what it is that you're doing. And that's a whole different story. That's a whole different problem. That's a whole different topic that we would have to deal with. If you're showing up and you're doing something and every single day you're not loving it, okay, well then we might have to reassess that, right? We might have to reassess why it is that you're in that space and why it is that you're running that business if you're not, like, digging it, right? So that's pretty much all that I had for you guys. I wanted to pop on here and provide an actual, like, in-depth training, a good training for you guys on just further in-depth in selling. We have so many entrepreneurs in here, and I've been seeing some posts lately and seeing some conversation about how some of the women have been having and struggling with how to actually communicate with people online, how to actually create sales online, what things I should do. And these are the things. You guys, I'm not going to give you a solid duplicatable checklist. It's not going to happen. Sorry. I might give you, like, a checklist of, like, things to, like, do, but, like, in the future for specific things like launches, stuff like that. But I will never actually give you, like, a do this every single day checklist, because businesses they're not duplicatable. They're not duplicatable. The most incredible businesses are running off intuition. They're running off energy, and that means individuality. That means every single person is doing things differently. And that's what makes it beautiful, and that's what attracts people in. So if I'm never going to give you something that says, go on Facebook, talk to this many people, do this and this, because it's going to be so different for every single person for every single day. The worst thing that I did was follow something like that because it set expectations on what I thought I had to do to be successful. And I'm not going to do that to you guys. I'm not going to put you guys in a box, and I'm not going to put limitations on you. So I'm not going to show up and give you a checklist, but I'm going to give you these tips. Okay, I'm going to give you the things that worked for me. And this is what has worked for me. And I really hope that it's powerful for you. I hope that this is helpful. And if this is something that you guys were digging, sorry, I'm, like, looking all over the place because, like, this big computer is very different. But if this is something that you guys were digging and you love this content and this was helpful for you, please let me know. Say an aha below if you're catching the replay and there was something that, like, oh my goodness. That's so weird. I can take calls through my computer. Thanks for powering through that with me. I am just a newbie to this. But you guys, this was beautiful. This was incredible. I really hope that this was powerful and helpful for you. I really want to help you guys help more people. I really do, because if we can all help more people, then we can make this world a better place. So you guys can sell, and you guys can help your clients and sell to your audience in a really organic and authentic and beautiful way. It doesn't have to be icky. It doesn't have to be salesy. It doesn't have to be cold messages and hounding people and adding all these people's friends lists. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. Okay, because that's just going to repel people. It's going to repel them like freaking mosquito spray. It smells ucky. No one likes it. Don't dig it, right? So try some of these tips. Let me know what was worked or what was helpful for you. Let me know what you liked. Okay, so that's pretty much it, you guys. I am so grateful for everybody who has been joining in the Honor Myself Challenge this week. It is beautiful. The whole point of this is to give you guys a chance and an opportunity to really just honor yourselves, to take a week and really pay attention to all of the opportunities and time through the day that you're actually honoring yourself by doing something great for you, right? I'm trying to give you a time and a space for you to facilitate that growth and that understanding that as you're taking care of you and as you're dialing back and doing things that make you and light you up, because as we light ourselves up, right, that's how we actually shine our light in the world better. You think about a kid, right, a baby. People stare at a baby and they cannot look away from a baby because they have light in their eyes. They beam. They beam so much light because they're just shining because that's all they know how to do, right, before the world gives them limitations, right? How incredible is that? I have that picture in my head. So you guys, you're meant to shine. You're meant to shine your light. This is what we're meant to do here. So you're beautiful. And I so thank you for tuning in. And if you guys are not yet on the wait list for the Mindset Detox, I will pop it below because the early bird is going to be opening up in a couple weeks. So if you guys want to make sure to get on the wait list, I would love to have you. Oh my goodness, mom's calling me. I just keep declining on her. Okay, I better get off so that I can call my mother back. And so much love to you guys, so much gratitude, so much gratitude for you guys participating in the challenge, in the Honor Myself challenge, and actually seeing how much your business can thrive when you actually just take some time for you. Okay, I love you guys so much, and you have an incredible, incredible day. Bye.